All right, let's kick things off with a big idea. What if you could take your entire organization, I'm talking every team member, every important document, every single update, and just fit it all into the palm of your hand? It sounds a little like science fiction, right? Well, it's not. It's the powerful reality of what we're calling the pocket-sized intranet. And today we're going to unpack exactly what that means for you and your team.
So let me ask you a question, and be honest. Is your team truly connected? Now, it sounds simple, but if your people are spread out across different locations, working different schedules, or heck, even on different floors, the answer probably isn't a straightforward yes. And you know this, right? Keeping everyone in sync when you're not physically together is one of the biggest headaches for modern businesses. It leads to missed updates, people feeling left out, just a general sense of disconnect. Okay, but what if we could just flip that entire problem on its head? This quote right here, it just nails the solution. It's all about making that big shift, from the frustration of being disconnected to the power of being truly connected. We're talking about a world where every single piece of company knowledge is literally just a tap away for everyone.
So let's talk a little more about this modern workplace disconnect. It's the reality for so many of us, right? Our teams are scattered all over the place. And information, it gets trapped in those endless email chains or locked away in a dozen different apps that don't talk to each other. It creates these invisible walls, and trying to collaborate feels like you're constantly fighting an uphill battle.
And if you think this is a small problem, get this. A staggering 80%, that's 80, of the entire global workforce is deskless. They don't sit at a computer all day. These are your people on the factory floor, your retail staff, your drivers, your nurses. All the traditional communication tools we built for an office, they just don't reach them. And what does that mean? It means the huge majority of workers are often left completely out of the loop.
So what's the answer? Well, this is where the pocket-sized intranet comes in. We're talking about a tool that is mobile-first, designed from the ground up to bring your entire company straight to your team, right on the one device they already have and use all day, every day, their phone.
And I want to be really clear on this point. We are not just talking about your company's website squished down to fit a tiny screen. No way. A true mobile intranet is a dedicated, purpose-built smartphone app. It's crafted specifically for that secure, intuitive, on-the-go experience.
And you can totally feel the difference, can't you? A dedicated app is just intuitive. It's designed for your thumb. It uses familiar taps and swipes, and it leverages native phone features like those all-important push notifications. A mobile-friendly website, on the other hand, it often feels so clunky and frustrating. It's basically a desktop site that you have to constantly pinch and zoom your way through. It doesn't really work.
Okay, so we've established what a mobile intranet is. But the real question is, what does it actually do for you? Why should you care? Well, let's dive into the 3 biggest wins for your team. All right, win number 1, and this one is huge. We're talking about a complete transformation of your internal communications. This is all about finally, cutting through all the noise and making sure every single employee, especially those deskless workers we talked about, actually feels connected and in the loop.
Think about it. Instead of just sending an email and hoping people see it, critical updates can land instantly on their phone as a push notification. Boom! Teams can actually collaborate in real time in dedicated chat channels, which cuts way down on that dreaded reply-all chaos. And company news? It stops being a one-way broadcast and becomes a real conversation with likes, comments, and shares. It truly levels the playing field for everyone in the company.
Moving on to our second big win. It's all about productivity and efficiency. Look, a mobile intranet isn't just some place to passively read news. No, it's a platform for getting actual work done. It basically turns every employee's phone into a superpowered productivity hub.
Let's use a simple, everyday example, submitting an expense claim. You know the old way, right? A field tech shoves a bunch of crumpled receipts into their wallet and has to deal with them weeks later. Well, now, they can finish a client lunch, open the app, fill out a quick form, snap a picture of the receipt, and hit submit right then and there. That simple little workflow, it saves a massive amount of time and just gets rid of so much hassle.
And that brings us to win number 3, empowering your customer service. Just imagine this for a second. A service tech is on site and can instantly pull up a product manual to solve a tricky problem. Or maybe a sales associate on the floor can find an internal expert to answer a really tough customer question in seconds. That right there is how you turn a potentially bad customer experience into a moment that builds real brand loyalty. Okay, so if you're thinking, yeah, this sounds pretty great, you're probably wondering what you should actually look for. What are the must-have features? What's the essential toolkit that makes all this stuff possible?
Right, so there's a core set of features you gotta have. The basics, the table stakes, are things like push notifications, a really solid team chat, and customizable news feeds. But the real power? That comes from things like an advanced mobile search that actually works, a searchable employee directory so you can find the right person fast, and of course, rock-solid security. Oh, and look for something called automated content mirroring. All that really means is that your app stays perfectly in sync with the desktop intranet, so nobody has to do double the work. It's a lifesaver.
And you know what? The best part is that getting started with this isn't nearly as scary or complicated as it might sound. In fact, you can get up and running with just 4 pretty simple steps. Let's walk through them really quick.
Okay, step 1. Pick a provider. Do your research, check reviews, get some demos. And here's a pro tip. Involve your frontline workers in that decision. They're the ones who will be using it the most. Step 2. Keep it simple. Don't try to cram your entire desktop intranet onto the app. Just focus on the essential, most used tools. Step 3 is to personalize it. Customize the look and feel so it really feels like your company's app. And finally, step 4, the easy part. Your employees just download it from the App Store and log in with the credentials they already have. Simple as that.
And all of this really brings us to one final crucial question to think about. Your team, they're already mobile. That's a fact. They're out in the world, doing their jobs, solving problems, and helping customers, all from their phones. So the question is your company's knowledge mobile too? Is your culture mobile? Is everything your team needs to succeed available right where they are, in the palm of their hand?